you, and this is kind of what I wanted to dive into this a little more, is there something to be said? They were up 3-0 on Boston, right? That series ultimately went to 7 games. They won in 7. But if you think about it, they lost 3 straight. They won game 7. They lost game 1 of the finals, won game 2, and then lost 3 straight. 2-7, right? Their last 9 games, playoffs and in the NBA finals. Conversely, when you look at the run that Denver had, they really were not. Look, you win a championship, you win a championship. And I don't want to hear this crap. Well, look who they beat and look who they weren't. It doesn't matter. But from a tired and not tired standpoint, they swept the Lakers. Mm-hmm. They had time to rest. Mm-hmm. They went through Phoenix in 6. All right, maybe stubbed their toe a couple times, but swept and overmatched the Lakers. You know, you can argue 1 game, 2 games were close, but still. And then they beat Miami in 5. They were a well-rested team. But the other thing too, Jonathan, is that they were just a better team. I mean, Joker, he's so physically imposing. It's funny because you're like, how many times are they not going to call fouls on this guy? But he can't be stopped. He had the complementary pieces. They had the role players. They had the bench. Murray did what he needed to do. When I look at Miami, tired team, so heavily relied on Butler. And I believe, I'm trying to think, it might have been Van Gundy the other night made the point where you can't win a series and you're not going to win this game when you're solely relying on role players to make big buckets. And then Butler, back-to-back threes, started to heat up a little bit. Jimmy buckets, here you go, had the horrible turnover. And that turnover to me is a microcosm of what Miami is. And because no player at that moment went to him to receive the basketball. Mm-hmm. And it was a horrible turnover at a critical junction of the game, even though Denver couldn't knock down their free throws until late. Miami couldn't knock down their 3-pointers until late. But Denver was just a better, more talented team. We would agree. Now, do you take anything away from the run that they had against those teams that, like, do we look at this championship and say it's watered down? Well, you beat Minnesota, you beat Phoenix, you beat the Lakers, you beat a team that overachieved in Miami. I think that's a load of garbage, man. You have to give a team their just due. Do you not?
You know what's funny, Q? I don't, the Minnesota is like, whatever, you know how I felt about Rudy Gobert. Any team who has him, I just can't take serious. But it's funny because once the Lakers made those moves and they saw the pieces fit, people were drinking the LA Kool-Aid.
100%.
History. 100%. They say, okay, these pieces make sense.
Here you go. LeBron's happy. Yep.
A lot of people were actually picking the Lakers to beat the Nuggets. Also, when Phoenix gets KD, what was the conversation? Golden State and Phoenix, these are the top 2 contenders in the West.
Bingo.
Meanwhile, Denver's the top seed from jump throughout the year in the West.
Yeah.
But it's Phoenix, it's the Lakers, it's Golden State. So why all of a sudden now, when Denver actually gets the job done, we're taking it away from them? But not too long ago, people were buying into Phoenix. People were buying into the Lakers. Golden State was a viable option for a lot of people. So you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, they made the West look silly because they are the best team in the West.